what are the significances of final keyword?
The final keyword actually used, if it is used in the variable, so the value cannot be changed, and if it is in used in class, you cannot override it. If it is used in the final of other method, so the same goes with the same thing, like you cannot override it. And
Uh,
yeah.
okay, fair enough. So are you connected to laptop?
Yes, yes.
Okay, fine. So Akash,
Yeah.
can you share your laptop screen? And if you have any Java IDE like Eclipse, you can open that up. Else on Notepad,
Hmm.
you need to type one very small Java function, which I'll be telling. Okay.
Okay.
So you need to create a Java function, a recursive function to calculate factorial of a number.
Great.
Okay.
Yeah. Wait, I'm sharing the screen.
না তার মানে এই ঘরে নেই মনে হয়।
Able to see my screen? Solo?
Yeah, there is a sharing option, right?
Actually, I shared it. Able to see my screen?
Yeah, it is visible now. Yes.
Okay, great, great. So, should I start writing or?
Yeah, yeah, please go ahead. So the function is going to take an integer input and it will return an integer output, right?
Okay, yeah, great.
And it will recursively calculate factorial of that inputted number.
Okay, great.
Only function is needed, no need to go for enter class.
Okay, great, great. Please give me a moment. Check. 3. Yeah.
Okay, this is fine, but we want a little improvement over this. Okay. So
Okay.
can you just eliminate the result variable?
Okay.
We don't need, remove it first.
Um, okay. Okay.
This will result into compilation error. It will
Yeah,
say
yeah.
that all the paths not written.
Mm,
Can't you write written over there where the cursor is blinking?
if I return over there, again, yeah, again it will come.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, can you just remove different two return statements? I want only one return statement to be part of this entire code.
Okay. Uh, Great, great, great. Okay. Uh, let's check. Okay, I can do that.
Do you know ternary operators?
Ternary operator, yeah, yeah. Okay. Okay. Give me a moment. Yeah.
Do we need that if statement in the ternary operator?
Mm, there should be statement. Yeah, correct, 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 correct.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Let us proceed.
Yeah, sure.
You said you are using Spring Boot. Are you documenting your REST APIs?
Uh, in my previous project, I have not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you aware of Swagger?
Swagger, no, no.
Okay. What is the key difference between put and post?
For the put, actually, uh, when we talked about the put request, so it's basically according to the RESTful documentation of the fielding. So it basically suggests like the put request should be only be used to update the resources. But when you talk about the post request, so it is used to create the new resources. And also put request is idempotent. So basically what it means, like as many times you request a particular, you repeat a particular request, it will not going to create a new resource, it just update the same time. But when it comes to the post requests, it is non idempotent. So basically it means like every time you request, every time you create the same request, it will again create a new resource for it.
Okay. Okay. Fair enough. How do you handle connection pooling of database in Spring Boot application?
Connection pool.
Yeah. Database connection pool.
mm, Database connection pool.
I mean, if you have not heard, no problem. I'll switch to some
Actually,
other
we
tools.
have done this thing in the application server, but not specifically to Spring Boot application, because there are less Spring Boot applications working over there. I don't recall
Okay.
exactly when we have done it, where we have done it, but I guess since we are using, we have not used the Hibernate, we are using only the JDBC template. Um, in that, I think we have not used, I guess,
Okay. Are you using Spring Data?
Spring Data. No.
Okay. Fine. Fair enough.
Yeah.
And in database, do you know what is index?
Yeah, so basically index is basically the same thing as having an index on the back of a book. So basically you need not to go through all the records to find a particular element. You just go through the indexes from the selected one, and based on the rank it will give you a result bit faster. So suppose in a dictionary name you
Okay,
can.
no, no, suppose is not required. Yeah, this is fine.
Yeah.
Um, what are the different types of joins
Yes,
in any
you.
article?
Yeah, sure. We have self join, we have inner join, we have left join, right join, we have full outer join.
Yeah. What is the key functionality achieved in each sketch?
Yeah, sure. So basically, when we talked about the self join, so basically, it tries to figure out, uh, self join basically, gives Cartesian product uh, in the same table. And when we talked about the inner join, so it basically is an intersection of the two tables. So it give us the record of the intersection of the two tables. When we talked about the left join, so it basically gives the record of the left table which is joined. And if we talk about the intersection, so it basically also takes the intersection records as well as the left table record, but it does not count those records in the right. Whereas when we talk about the right join, so it basically is the opposite of the left join. And when we talked about the full outer joins, it basically takes the whole record, intersection as well as not intersecting records.
Okay, fine, fair enough.
Yeah.
And if we wish to get the union of two different tables, then which join shall we go for?
Then we union as in means we can use the union as well. if you want the records to be scattered, to be setted on on the rows wise. So because when we self joins, it basically comes out like that, so in the in the column wise. But when you stack those things, when we use the union, so it goes like in the record wise. So we can use the union and union out. But
Okay,
if you
fine.
try, yeah.
Fair enough. Let's say there are two different entities,
Okay.
employee and meeting. Okay,
Employee and
employee and meeting.
meeting. Okay, yeah.
These two entities are given.
Okay.
Now, one employee can attend many meetings, and one meeting can be attended by many employees.
Yeah, correct.
Okay,
Yeah.
so the relationship comes out to be many to many.
Yeah.
How are you going to? How many tables are you going to create in database to represent these two entities and their relationship?
How many tables I need to create? So basically, you have given me an basic entities structures, is it so?
Correct. So you need to represent entity. Employee. You need to represent meeting, and you need to represent their relationship.
Okay. Okay, fair enough.
These three
um
things you need to represent in table. So how many tables do you need?
okay, great. um I think okay. Okay. I think two tables are required, and we can define the there should be a foreign key, and also there should be a common key. uh, I think there should be a foreign key, so there should be okay, great, 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 I got it. Okay, if this is the foreign key, that means there is a many one, but yeah, correct, correct, correct. So basically, I should have a one column. Mhm, mhm. Okay, okay, but there should also have links. I think with the use of the foreign key, having having two columns, same in the both the tables representing different entities. We can combine those two tables and get the result out of it. Just give me a moment. Okay. Mm, I wanted to do like meetings. How many employees are there? If I selected one meeting and this there, the meet, yeah. Okay. If I check out the employees, so meeting. Yeah, correct, correct. Two tables are required, not more than that.
Two tables are required, fine. But do you feel that some data will be duplicated over there?
Not exactly duplicated, because like suppose in the employee table, if if we have the employee against the employee have have attended this meeting, so we have the meeting number, and then we have randomly placed employee and their meeting number, and in the meeting table, then we have meeting number against the employee ID. So then we can easily map it out by using the by using any of the key as a representative of the others, and get those resulting sets of record from out of it.
Okay. Suppose
Yeah,
we want to multiply any number by 8.
any number by 8.
So by 8. Let's say the input is 5, then 5 into 8, 40 will be written.
Uh-huh.
So how are you going to calculate multiplication of any number by 8 without using multiplication and division operator?
Multiplication by 8 without using. Okay.
Multiplication and division.
Yeah, gosh, got it. um, okay. um, I should not use multiplication. Okay. 8 2 की power 3. But I need to multiply it. Shift operation. Shift operation. But it will not. No, without using multiplication. Okay. Can I use the function or no? Okay.
Hey, I mean, this is a simple mathematics question. Either you can use bit shifting operators or you are free to use any time operations apart from multiplication direct. Any other operators you can definitely.
Actually, 8. Okay. Don't think about the multiplication. Just think about 8. It is power. That is not going to help. I think I'm not getting it. Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough.
Yeah. Yes.
Um, so let's say there are two different classes, A and B.
Okay.
No other information is supplied. There are two different classes, A and
Okay.
B.
Okay.
How will you design these two classes?
No information is given about it.
Yes, you can go for some assumptions.
Okay. And these two classes need to interact with each other, or how is it? These are in the isolation or what?
That's what you can assume. You can assume these that whatever cases coming to your mind you can think of.
Okay.
Based on that, you can tell, okay, this should be the design, that should be the design.
Okay. Yeah. Great. Okay. Mm, okay. So I think these two classes, if designing comes up, these should classes should use solid principle first of all. So okay.
What did you say? I could not follow it. Can you just repeat?
Yeah, I'm just saying that whenever we're designing any of the softwares or in internal component, so they should follow the solid principles. So what I'm thinking about it like the same, like, yeah.
What are the names of those principles under solid? Just name those.
Single responsibility principle, first is all. Then there's this second principle. Second principle. Oh, I don't recall exactly, but
Okay, fine.
yeah.
Solid principle, one point. Any other point comes to your mind?
Yeah, this one is list scopes, substitution, and D is for dependency injection design pattern. We should use
Okay.
the dependency injection pattern principle, and I is for the interface segregation. There should be an interface segregation, and
Fair enough.
yeah.
People understood. Anything apart from solid principle?
I think the you know. I think the class if I design in, in a way that, for the whole life cycle, I want only, one persistence object, then I go with the singleton classes. Suppose there's this one requirement where there's a a unique functionality for that particular class, then, and I don't want that particular class to be, overridden by the other, so I can go with the final classes, as in case with, mutability. So it should be a thread one. And designing both these classes without having any specification, we can always follow the best best practices, like, hiding all those members, and using only, getter for that, not designing the setters. So and also, for wherever possible, we will also ensure that, the the final or the static keyword for the variable, so should be used, so that, it will acquire less and less space. And also, it should have, clear definition, like the value should be like that. um, Apart from that, if I'm, designing a pozu class, so definitely, getter and setter should be there, as well as, override method of, two string method should be overridden, to get out the value from it. And as well as, suppose if I'm designing class for, for the implementation of the collections, and I'm using the map interface, so basically, and I'm using the custom object out of it, so it should have a, internal implementation of equals and hash code method, so as to avoid, the conflict, and for our easy understanding. And suppose if there are classes where we want to, to apply a logic, for, for comparing the different objects, so we can use, comparable and comparator
Okay.
interfaces. Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Um, so, have you worked on any browser compatibility issue on the front end side?
Uh, yes, I have, but it is very specific one. Like, when we are, working for the banking client. So as you know that, banking client are mostly, they want their, front end to be mostly available in the Internet Explorer, not in the Edge, or not in the Chrome, because all their, machines are like that. So initially we are using IE8 in all those, branch side. But when we, designed that product, so we actually, made compatible to that IE. And once actually they rolled out for the IE10 for all the branches, so what happened is, like, those compatible, actually, what we, lay out those responsible, component of the front end. So it, scattered out in, all those directions. So we have to change those compatibility by using that uh, tag under the meta, under the, under the meta tag of the HTML. So we use the, compatible, IA compatible X component in in the the HTML page. So that is one of the things. And yeah, I think this is the actually, these are the things we majorly actually faces in most of the machines, because our, our code will work well in Chrome in any of the version. But when it comes to the IE, so they have used, different set of, uh, component within it. And as well as, they are different, set when we are using the Ajax, so we need to, use the different, object. So in that case, when we are using, as when actually they have come up with, also the implement in the IET, and they also come up with the implementation of the Chrome Ajax object, because, like, in the previously we have used that HTML, sorry, HTTP, XML request object. Now the Chrome object is also functionable on that. So in that case, like, we are facing some issues when we are trying to get the object. So it is saying the property of the object is undefined. So we have switched to the Chrome compatibility. So this is the second one. Other than that, we have not used, we have not faced majorly.
Okay. Which all HTML5 features you have used?
HTML,
Five.
we have used the iframe, and we have also used the like, there's this audio file, very small audio file we have used.
Okay. Are you using any security headers for your website? Because you are using iframe, which is not recommended.
Mhm. Yeah, actually, there are certain requirement within the product that we have developed, and on the top of those, custom modules has been built. So that there's a requirement for the iframe to be enabled to to display all those information within the forms.
Okay. Okay. How do you ensure good quality of your deliverables or your code?
Good quality, as in, actually, we always follow the coding guidelines of the client side. So they are different
What?
coding. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Counted. What next?
yeah, sure. Suppose, if you are writing any program, or sorry, if you are writing any function over it, so you should always define the function name, the functionality, and what is the output, which component it will cost. So you should have the documentation of all those things. And
Are you using any?
sorry.
Are you using any tool?
No, we are not using any tool. We did this manually. Like, on the top of the code, we have to
Do
write.
you use do you use SonarQube or any other analysis tool?
No, no, no. Actually, we also want them to use that, but since the bank does not recommend all those things to be used, since it is a financial.
How do you test? How do you test? How do you test?
How do I test? Actually, it actually is a very bizarre, uh, methodology. We actually, there's this one person who is responsible for creating the model and testing by your nodes. And then once the testing, so we do the testing by manually. We tried out different segment. We had tried out different uh, business scenarios. What is the business scenario being, yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay. And what experience you have around cloud?
couple of weeks.
No, no. So I'm talking about which all AWS services you have experienced with.
I have used Lambda.
Okay. And what else? Only
Mm,
Lambda?
yeah, only Lambda, because it's a couple of weeks only. The first week goes into learning all those things.
Okay. Do you hold any certification?
I have hold, but that is not related to the Java. It is an analytical tool, actually. Uh,
What is that?
it is IBM SPSS, a professional.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
And why are you looking for a change?
Actually, in my company, there's this association with the particular tool, and not a lot of technology being, deployed in the client as well. So that's why I'm looking out for a different, because all the 4 years I'm working in only two tools, like in the BPM solution and the DMS solution, and these are actually majorly part of financial processes which I'm used. So I just wanted to get out of those tools, because I
Yeah.
somehow got, yeah.
Any other reason? Or that is the only reason?
No, actually, the reason why, like, there's one association with the tool, that is one, that is a top priority. And the second one is, like, I'm being not introduced to the new technologies being used within it, like you mentioned, like Swagger and all those things. I have no idea. I
Okay.
have heard of it. I have heard of it, but none of the client has uses it, because these are all the financial process, and they are very much be in their bubble to be used in their old technologies. So that is one.
Okay, so fair enough. So you will get these scopes in Wipro. So I'm assuming that you are not looking for any salary revision because that is not your priority. Is that
No, no,
correct
no. That's
understanding?
not my priority. Like, I have already when I talking to the HR also, I talked about the same thing.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.